The second time around is the sweetest time, especially if you're trying to get some of the best PC gaming deals, and if you want to do some sort of PC build, or if you even want to upgrade your PC. If you want any of these deals, make sure you go down to the description box down below, as I do have them listed. Right off the bat, I'm going to mention Gigabyte's B650 AORUS Elite. They came out with their new X3D motherboards that they're going to have to throw these up on sale. In fact, it's such a great deal, you can actually pick it up for $169 and you'll be ready to go for AM5, especially for those who want to go with the AMD build. Those who want to join in on the next generation of Zen 6, guess what? You'll be ready for it. And again, it's only $169.99 for this motherboard. Now you do have alternate options. You also have the X870 Plus ASUS TUF Gaming motherboard. In fact, you can pick it up as low as $220. You get more features. Because it is an X870 board, it is also going to be compatible with Zen 6. You get full advantage of USB 4 and even up to 5 gigabits of Ethernet speed. You get the newest Bluetooth and Wi-Fi 7. Now, if you're looking for the E side, you want to have the full benefits. Now, this one's going to be missing some of the USB 4 features. ASUS B650E Max motherboard, DDR5, PCI Express 5, M.2, 2.5 gigabit connection, which is maybe all you really need. Pick it up for as low as $149.99 USD. Now, if you're talking more into the processor side, listed all AMD motherboards out there. And also, if you want to get some deals on, say, Intel motherboards, they will also be on sale, especially for those who are looking for a Z890 or a B860. But moving on, if you want any of these deals, make sure you go down to the description box down below, as I do have them listed. Make sure to join in live if you would like to check it out. Now, when it comes to processors, AMD's Ryzen 7 7800X 3D will also be on sale. You don't have to get the 9800X 3D to enjoy maximum gaming benefits. The 7800X 3D is actually good enough. And in fact, you can actually pick it up for $319.99 USD compared to paying something like $460 for the 9800X 3D. You still have the same cores and even the same threads. The only difference is that technology is a little bit more updated, and the IPC is a bit more improved on the 9800X 3D compared to the 7800X 3D. If you don't even have the money for the 7800X 3D, don't sweat it, because you could even get the 7600X for an even better deal. It has 6 cores, 12 threads, and it's going to stay relatively cool. And thanks to it being a 7600X, you don't even need a full 100 and 360 millimeter cooler for this type of build. You can even use a CPU fan. You can pick it up as low as $179.99. Now, speaking of fans, you can even throw Thermalright, which is a newer brand that's been out, and they have been legit solid from what it seems like. In fact, they have the Peerless Assassin, which is the 120 SE CPU cooler. Best part, it's only $34.59. So you could even throw that on the 7600X and you're going to more than likely be pleased with the performance and temperatures. But if you want to go all out and you want to get a best deal on a full out AIO, maybe you are getting a 9800X 3D or the 7800X 3D and you just want to make sure that it stays cool no matter what. CORSAIR's Nautilus 360 RS is also on sale. You can pick it up as low as $179. It has 3 120 millimeter fans and they are hydraulic bearing. So they stay relatively cool, pushes plenty of airflow through. The best part about CORSAIR is you never hear that their AIOs leak. But let's go on to graphics card, because we want serious business. Maybe you want to go all out. Maybe you're into doing things such as LLMs. In fact, Gigabyte's AORUS, their ICE edition RTX 5090 is on sale. The AORUS Master, in fact, it's under $3,000. It's no longer way over that. GPU was quite expensive, and it's one of the best when it comes to graphics cards, especially if you're looking to max out your PC. But not all of us had $3,000 lying around, especially to do a PC build. I highly recommend going to Power Color's RX 9070 XT. If you follow my channel as it is, if you haven't, make sure you go down to subscribe and like the video if you're liking what you hear so far. I have to be honest, and that the 9070 XT certainly deserves a lot more credibility. They are excellent GPUs, great for the value, great for the money, especially for gaming at 1440p. You can pick it up as low as $669.99 USD. There is another GPU I can mention out there. Maybe you want to go NVIDIA, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't really highly recommend this GPU as much, but it is currently on sale, which is the RTX 5060 Ti. So you want to get the 16 gigabytes and you want to have the NVIDIA name on there. Or perhaps you prefer having the CUE cores because you're into doing things like photo editing, video editing, and you also like the game, which is a benefit for those who want this GPU, especially if you are thinking of streaming. You can pick it up for as low as $529.99 USD. And again, if you're curious about the links, they're all down in the description box down below. Now, if you're looking for RAM, CORSAIR's DDR5, 32 gigabytes, CL36 is on sale because RAM has kind of gone up quite a bit drastically in price and expect it to go up a bit more. You might as well take advantage of the RAM kit deals, especially if you have a PC already and you're looking to expand your memory. This might be your key. You can pick this up for $101.99 USD. I know the latency isn't as great as many would hope. Many look for about CL30 or under. Crucial's DDR5 32 gigabytes 6000 megahertz is on sale, but it just doesn't have the bling with it. You can pick it up for $101.99. Fortunately, it is still CL36 at 6000 megahertz. Again, it is on the cheaper side if you're looking to save some money. You might not really honestly notice the difference, especially if you prefer just the game on your PC. But for those who are more enthusiasts, will certainly see the difference. Now let's go to the NVMEs. And I get this asked a lot. Is it really worth getting PCI Express 5 NVMEs? To be honest, no. In fact, you could get away with the Samsung 990, which I always highly recommend, at 2 terabytes for $159.99 USD. And you'll get full advantage of all the games that you certainly like to enjoy to play. It's very easy to install and expand on your storage, especially if you already have a PC or if you're planning to get one. For those who are looking for a little bit more expansion in storage that doesn't necessarily need to take the PC apart, SanDisk 2 terabyte drive is also on sale, $149.99. It's portable, light, easy. It's not like the portable hard drives or they're kind of boxy. Now let's go to power supplies because you're gonna need one to power up your PC. MSI's A850GL on a great deal. It's only 115 USD. One of the best power supplies out there on the market. It has a yellow tip on there to inform you, to let you know if you have the 12 volt high power port fully installed and seated correctly. Best part, it's quiet and it's not noisy. And you can pick it up on the cheap, especially if you're doing a RX 9070 XT build or if you're building off a RTX 5060 Ti or 5070 Ti. This will exactly fit the bare minimum for the 5070 Ti though. For those who are looking for a bit more power out their power supply, this actually fits more of the white builds. 1000 watt power supply, the by CORSAIR, which is going to be the RM1000E. It's all white. It'll fit any type of ice build or any type of white build that you are trying to build your PC with. But if you don't have a white build, it's not going to be really noticeable in most PCs because they do hide the power supply anyway. But the cables might be white, so you might want to try to avoid it in a black build anyway. Or if you prefer, like what Ricky says, do a zebra build for as low as $104.99 USD. Now for when it comes to PC cases, I really like this case. I highly recommend what you may have seen earlier on the channel, which was the NZXT H6 Flow. The H6 Flow case is one of the top and most phenomenal cases out there to certainly get, and one of the easiest to take apart if you ever have to take a chassis completely apart. $69.99. For those who are looking for monitors, especially OLED, you don't want to have 2 monitors, but you want to have one ultra wide one, you might have an indication of what I'm talking about. And that's going to be Samsung's monitor, which is 49 inches. Now the resolution, if you're curious about it, 5120 by 1440p. It's quite the design, and you can actually pick it up for a great deal. You can pick it up for as low as $13.75, especially if you don't want to buy 2 monitors. For those who are looking for a micro SD that has up to 1 terabyte, Lexar Play Pro has it, especially for you guys who have an ASUS ROG Ally or a Steam Deck or any other device MSI Claw, WinGPD5. You can certainly pick this up for an awesome deal. $184.78 USD. When it comes to pre-built PCs, maybe you don't want to build a PC. Maybe you're gifting a PC to somebody and you want to surprise them, and you want to make sure it gets sent there safely. CyberPower has their PC on sale, which is their Extreme VR edition. It does come packed with a Intel processor. Intel still does work. If you're afraid that Intel isn't as good, don't worry. It certainly still does work. and I believe it has the RTX 5072 main key components, especially if you're looking to do some sort of gaming pre-built PC. Now they do have this other one by MSI, the ASUS R2 AI gaming desktop. Of course, they got to throw in the name AI. They have to. It's like part of this whole marketing scheme that it seems like is going on with the PC market. The specs with that is also a 285K, and it also has the 5070 Ti up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of M.2. It's air cooling. Of course, it has to have USB-C. Obviously VR ready. Now for those who are looking for something to be more portable, more on the go, the ASUS G16 laptop is on sale. It's a Strix G16, great laptop. It's the 2025 model. It does have a OLED display up to 240 Hertz. They have great displays. It actually even looks better than a MacBook Pro, but it does come with the 5070 Ti packed in it, the 275HX processor with it up to 32 gigabytes, 1 terabyte SSD with Wi-Fi 7. Anybody out there is looking for some massive storage, and this is more likely going to be those who are more into media, such as photos, videos, cinematography, raw photos, that type of thing, where you just have a massive collection of games that you want to store. There is certainly Western Digital's 14 terabyte drive. Make sure you check it down in the description box down below. I hope you found this content very useful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you know anybody else who's looking for some great Amazon Prime Day deals, especially when it comes to PC deals, make sure you share this video with them. Also, make sure you join the wonderful Discord and join us live, which I'm more than likely going to end up doing because I want you guys to check out what kind of deals that there are out there. And also, make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the big wonderful fan bam, and also you follow my X handle right here, as it is the same as my TikTok and IG as well. Thanks again so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for next time.